What is up, Aries? How y'all doing? Let's redo your reading, okay? Didn't really like the way your all's reading turned out. And I was sitting and thinking, I'm like, was it me? I know I just woke up from a nap. So I don't know. I'm like, was I just not connecting that well? The energy didn't feel good in the first reading. So we gonna redo it. And if the same message comes through, then that was the message. But anyway, this is your extended reading for August 2024. So, for those of you who would like a personal reading, just check down in the description of the video and you will find the link that'll take you straight to that page on my website. All right. So let's see what's happening with Aries and the situation troubling you the most, whatever situation you're dealing with. Let's see. Let's see if we can get something different to come through this time. Or if it'll just be the same messy ass message, man. Let's see. Let's see what's going on with Aries and the situation troubling you the most. Fool card reversed. Okay. Well, similar, honestly. Similar, King and Queen of Wands reverse. I know that came through last time. Anyway, it feels like there is an open door of opportunity. But this person is too afraid to come forward. With the Fool card in the reverse. Oops. Too afraid to come forward. And with the 7 and 8 of Swords, for those of you wondering whether or not this person is realizing the error of their ways and wanting to come apologize, no, absolutely not. Matter of fact, where'd it go? I just had it. I still think this person is kind of playing the victim a little bit, to be honest with you. But for some reason, they're still very burdened by what it was that happened between the two of you. Still very burdened by it, but too afraid to come forward, too afraid to communicate. Well, maybe it is the same message, honestly, maybe. Because this right here is just as much of a confusing mess as the first one. So, damn it, man. Let's see this person's feelings and intentions. What's their true feelings, true intentions? So far, the little bit that showed there doesn't look like anything too pleasant. Let's see. What's this person's true feelings, energy, and intentions? I'm guessing YouTube's not notifying nobody today, huh? All right. True feelings, energy, and intentions. 10 of Wands again, yeah. So they feel very burdened by unfinished business. Yeah, very burdened by unfinished business, but they, again, see, they still feel like they were done wrong. So they're still trying to figure out some kind of sort of way to flip it onto you somehow. 7 of Swords, yeah, see. Yep. They're contemplating whether or not it would be a good idea to come forward. I think right now their number one priority is to try to find somebody new. But for whatever reason, you know what? They're probably a little bit intimidated by you. They either assume, or if they're watching you, because for some of you, this person's keeping an eye on you. And it may look like you just don't give a shit about their existence. It may look like that. So that may be why they don't really want to come forward. But at the same time, what doesn't make any sense is why, like if they feel that way, if they're doing everything that they can to try to flip it and spin it on you somehow, then why are they even paying attention to what you got going on? What's, if it was me, like if you did me dirty, I don't give a fuck what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting around watching you. I ain't paying attention to what you got going on. I'm not contemplating talking to you if you did me dirty. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand. And why is this person even worried about what you got going on if they feel that way? Doesn't make any sense. So no, maybe that was the message, y'all. It's still pretty damn messy. It is still pretty damn messy. Let's get the advice on this. Let's get the advice on this situation. What is the best advice? You see it? You know what that is, right? That's the death card. Hang on, let's see what else comes through. Knight of Swords reversed. It's telling me that it would not be a good idea to... You don't need this person in your life. That's what it's telling me. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, both reversed. Death card. It's telling me this is not somebody you need in your life. It's not worth the drama. Tower card. Dun 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 dun. So this, for a lot of you, this feels like something that happened fairly recently. I know it's not for all of you, but especially for those of you dealing with a situation that happened recently, allow some time to pass. Okay, allow some time to pass. Be open to new options. I'd be looking forward to the next person coming in. We're going to look at that next. We're going to look at that next. Let's see who's the next person coming in. Who's the next person coming in for Aries? Ooh, some of you got a Pisces headed your way. Did y'all get notified? Did y'all get notified? Hang on a second. All right. Man, this is literally the exact same message that came through in the first reading. Like there's almost not any difference at all. So this is telling me that a karmic tie that you need to release from somebody in the past is what is blocking the next person from coming in. And I remember that's what came through in the last reading too. That's what came through in the last reading. And it's not even, just like in the last video, it's not even telling me who the next person is. All it's talking about is that you're karmically tied to somebody from the past. Ah, there it is. There it is. See? Empress, Ten of Cups is what's due to come in next. So, you don't have any other miscellaneous contracts due to come in. But you do have a karmic tie blocking you from the next person coming in. It's weighing you down. So it's, the example I like to give is like you're a radio and you're tuned in to the frequency 93.1. And yo, person is all the way over there on 107.7. Well, you still have a really strong energetic karmic tie tying you to 93.1. because there's still this looming sense of unfinished business. Now, hopefully, here's what I have to tell my personal clients when this shit comes up. Hopefully, when I say that, you immediately know who I'm talking about. Hopefully. If you don't, then that can be dangerous, because, like, say this is something that happened 5 years ago and you've forgotten about it. Well, if you let this shit just sit and linger until you forget about it, that means that it's buried itself up underneath of your subconscious mind, and it gets really, really hard to dig that back up and process through it. Like, really hard. Super hard. So, okay. All right, well, damn, see, the exact same message came through. Exact same. Okay, well, what advice do we have? Let's get the advice for Aries. Let's get the advice for Aries. What's the best advice? Well, okay. So it's going to be different advice depending on how long ago this karmic tie was created. For those of you dealing with a situation in which you just very recently, I was telling you this a minute ago, dealing with a situation in which you just very, very recently ended something with somebody and it was a very recent karmic tie, take a healing path. Take a healing path. I would dedicate no less than the rest of 2024 to nothing but healing and processing through that energy and that connection. For those of you dealing with something that wasn't recent, if it was a while back, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago, something like that, I would advise shooting this person a closure message. I know that's so awkward and weird, and it feels funny and it feels strange, but I'm telling you, that can drastically alter the trajectory of your path. Drastically. Big time. Big time. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm telling you it does. Shoot them a closure message and just let that sit in. Let that sit. Let that energy sit in for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, something like that. And focus on your frequency. Focus on your energy. Focus on relinquishing and letting go of that tie, that soul tie. And I'm going to tell you what, right now, if you focus all of your energy on nothing but healing, evolution, ascension, your vibration, your frequency, when you least expect it, dude, when you least expect it, you know there is science behind why that happens that way, right? I tell personal clients this on a daily basis. You hear people say all the time, you'll meet your person when you least expect it. I'm sure you've heard that a million times, and that's true. And there's science behind why that is that way. That's not a coincidence. It's not just something that kind of ironically happens to some people. No, there's science. There is quantum physics behind why it only happens when you least expect it. I'm telling you. All right, well, let's get some general messages. Let's see if these messages are the damn same. I was kind of hoping by redoing this reading that it would be something totally different. I was hoping that it'd be a totally different message that comes through, but I guess not. All right, well, let's do some general messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but love. Let's see. General messages. Uh-oh, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of y'all feel kind of scattered. August feels like a very, very just scattered energy throughout the whole month. You may feel like your priority list is all out of order. You may feel like you're losing the what's the word? Losing the passion, losing the drive to keep doing things the way you've been doing things. People might, for some of you, people might even be asking you, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, is everything going all right with you? You seem a little bit off. Queen of Pentacles reversed, especially at the workplace. You may be seeming a little bit off to some people. I'm not even shitting you. This is one of the heaviest damn Mercury retrogrades I have felt in at least 2 years. This one is heavy. Very, very heavy. Okay. So some of you could have some tension with somebody at the workplace too. There could be some tension. I don't know if maybe there's just some rivalry shit going on, some kind of competition, you know, like maybe a coworker possibly who's trying to get a promotion or is trying to look good to the bosses, and you show them up and they get mad. So they're trying to like throw you under the bus and make you look bad and shit, you know? Now, I don't know if that's a coworker or maybe a boss. For some of you, there could be some sort of authority figure that is afraid you're going to take their job or some shit like that, you know? Something like that. For those of you who are looking for communication from a place that you applied for, I don't know. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed. You might be waiting on communication for a while. You very well may. Okay. But you are being destabilized, and I think a lot of you can feel that too. A lot of you can feel that you're at the tail end of a cycle. Your cycle is slowly wrapping up and coming to a close, and a new cycle is beginning. So I think a lot of you know that the chances are pretty high that within the next year, you might not be working there anymore. You might be, I don't think that you're going to get like fired or laid off or anything like that. But a lot of new doors of opportunity are going to be opening in the coming months, within the next 6 months to a year. And I think you can feel that too. It's not quite complete yet, though. Not quite complete yet. All right, let's get some general advice. General advice. General advice. General advice. What general advice do we have? Ooh, the Emperor. All right, hang on. All right, don't try too hard to control things that you don't have control of. That would be the highest vibrational version of that Emperor Aries energy. See, a true leader doesn't control everything. And actually, in life in general, the funny thing about this life that we live in is we always want to be in control of everything, you know, and we always want to feel like we have a sense of foresight so that we can predict any upcoming challenges, obstacles, and, you know, come up with backup plans and this and that. But in actuality, we have much less control than we have ever known. Compared to the control that we think we have, we may only have like maybe 10% control over the things in our life. And that's okay. There's a philosophy that I have been living my life by for about the last 6 years now. And that is, if it is out of my control, I am trusting that it's part of the plan. If it's out of my control, now, again, I'm going to have to send you inside, whatever it is you're trying to do right now. You go inside and check with yourself and ask yourself, have I done every fucking thing? Have I expended every option that I have? If so, and things still aren't working the way that I'm trying to make them work, I'm trusting that it's part of the plan. You know, like another thing too, people come to me for readings a lot, especially with legal issues, you know, like some kind of very unfair legal issue with, you know, like family court and shit like that. If you take a step back and just say, all right then, universe, dude, I've done everything. I have done everything. I'm trusting that this is working out the way you want it to work out. And one of these days, this is going to make sense. One of these days. It may not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not even be this fucking year. But one of these days, this shit is going to make sense. Now, again, I'm not saying just be a piece of driftwood and let life just carry you and don't do anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is do every fucking thing that you can. Everything that you can. Do your absolute best. But don't fight any harder than that. Once you've done your best and you keep trying to fight and you're backsliding, that's when it's time to take a step back and say, all right then, universe, I'm trusting this is happening for a reason. Plus, y'all know that collectively we are right on the verge of a very, very drastic, radical transformation. Right on the verge of it. I personally feel like we're really going to start seeing the doo-doo hit the fan at the very end of the year. Probably somewhere near election time, maybe. But some big, big changes are coming collectively. Big changes. So at the end of the day, the majority of the changes that we're all going to be facing collectively are so unprecedented that none of us would be able to fully wrap our minds all the way around it anyways. So after a certain point, you kind of step back and it's like, well, is it even worth it to try to drive myself nuts? Figuring all this shit out and preparing for things and trying to make certain things happen? Take a step back and let the universe pick you up and carry you through it. The universe behaves like water. It lifts those up who make themselves light and drowns those who make themselves heavy. If you put your hand in the water and you move it easily and effortlessly, there's very little to no resistance. But if you put up a fight against the water, the more resistance the water puts up. Does that make sense? All right, well, man, I was hoping for a different message there, but it looks like it's pretty much the same message. So should I title it the same? I don't know, but anyway, I appreciate the teeny little handful of you that tuned in. I guess YouTube's not notifying people today or something. I don't know. Anyway, though, I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And keep in mind, y'all, I did keep one half-price reading option on my website. Everything else went back to regular price, but there's one, and I forget which one it is, to be honest with you. But there is still a half-price option, and I'm going to keep up as long as I can, okay? So, all right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.